This day's about Belinda. This has nothing to do with David Temple. 20 and a half years. I mean, y'all think about that. 20 and a half years, a little over 2 decades. I've fought behind the scenes to get justice for Belinda. It's finally, I think it's done completely. It's done for a change. I want to thank the detectives from Harris County that supported us for 20 years. I want to thank Bill and Lisa, Attorney General's office, for doing a phenomenal job presenting this case. I want to thank Andy, Crime Stoppers, for being supportive with me for 20 plus years. I just can't say enough. Until somebody goes through this, you have no clue what it's like. Day to day, every day, it's on your mind. Maybe Belinda can finally rest in there.
What's your name, sir?
Brian
Lucas.
I'm sorry?
Brian Lucas, that was
with an I.
Belinda's brother.
Would you mind spelling that for us, please?
Sure, Brianlucas, Belinda's brother. You know, I've been with this family since January of 1999. I watched them, I worked with them, counseled with them. It has been as you can well imagine, a long, arduous, emotionally draining, grueling journey. But now, not just for one jury, but for 2 juries, 12 citizens that represent the people of this county, to come back with what we always knew, that David Temple was guilty of the murder of 8-month pregnant Belinda. Today is about Belinda. It's not about David Temple. And we're going to look up in the sky and we're going to tell Belinda, yes, grief is intensified when justice is lagging, but today you got the justice that you richly deserved and that you've been denied for 20 years. So we're grateful for everybody, extremely thankful and supportive of all the family and the friends that this family has received. The outpouring of support, particularly from the Katy community, her colleagues at Katy High School, her friends that she went to college. I have been inundated, as has Brian, with people that were totally supportive of Belinda. And today is Belinda's day. And so we're going to go back and again thank the jury, go back and look for the punishment phase. But the bottom line is David Temple is not just a one-time convicted murderer. He has now been convicted twice, and that speaks volumes. Thank you.
Brian, quickly, just tell us what it means for your family. What does this day mean?
Relief, justice. You know, it's you have no idea. People, you know, you see this stuff, as you all are all media, you see this on TV, and you think, oh, this would never happen to you. Well, till you go through it, you don't know what it's like. And for Brenda, me, we probably have been through more of it than anybody. Behind the scenes, the phone calls, when it went cold case, pushing it, keeping it going, keeping it in limelight, pushing it, getting new detectives on the case, new prosecutors, just different people to get them involved. Whenever they get Harris County, when it got back into 17, to get the case recused, that was an act of God. And so anyways, it's just been one thing after another. And so anyways, if I had to do it again, I'd do it again.
Brian, have you talked to your father?
Yes, my dad knows. My brothers know. Immediate family knows. Aunts and uncles know. They've all been called. That's why I asked to go down the hall and make some phone calls. So people that needed to know have already been notified. And we're going to go back in there and kind of wait for the sentencing part of this. And we'll see how that outcomes in a few minutes.
Yeah, do you have any concerns about the sentencing phase? And I know, as little as probation is on the table here.
Last time, he got 99 years and $10,000 fine. I can't see it being any different this time. Look what he did. You put a shotgun in the back of some woman's head. You got to realize it's pretty heinous. Just imagine. That's about as sick as you get. So.
Brian, it was an incredible 20-year, very difficult process for you and your family. Was there any point where you lost hope, or did you always have faith that Belinda would get justice?
I knew she'd get justice. always did. I never stopped.
Can you talk about your thought process through the trial? I mean, you thought you had justice maybe
07?
12 years ago, yeah.
You know, you start getting winds of, you know, appeals and stuff going on several years ago, and you just keep hoping that, you know, that things aren't, it doesn't get out. He does. And I got to put, you know, faith in the system. In the system, it came through again. I mean, the evidence never changed. The evidence was still there. It never changed. David was guilty from day one. The phone call I got that night at 10 minutes to 9 on Monday night of January 11th, I said he was guilty then. 20 and a half years later, David Temple was still guilty. I said it that night, and I will never, ever forget that night.
Throughout the trial, we heard about David's lack of emotion.
Yeah, today was more emotion than I've seen. The day when he was standing at the cemetery laughing, he has no sympathy. I mean, no remorse. He's never had remorse. Today was more, he's cried today more than he has in 20
And
years.
that's just for himself, though.
That's for himself. That's nothing
More
to do with
pity
my
for
sister.
himself. And also, keep in mind the collateral damage that David Temple has caused, obviously, to Belinda's family, but to Riley Joe Sanders as well, who's forever tarnished with the stigmatized of what this family and their supporters have done to him and his family for 20 years, that he has to live with as well. And we appreciate him just, again, being forthcoming, always willing, and he's undergone a lot of it. The collateral damage by David Temple, anyone he's come into contact with, he is adversely affected.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.